Hello. I'm in the recliner. Someone explain what happened yesterday. I know the vlog today kind of threw you in the mix, like when when I'm at the hospital because I was bored, and I'm like, hand me my phone. I can take videos every once in a while because I was there for 5 hours, a little over 5 hours. So here's how yesterday went down. We took Heidi in the morning to the vet, 8 o'clock. We went out for breakfast. We came home. I was going to lay down. I did a little bit of work. I was going to lay down and take a little nap because I didn't sleep too well the night before because worried about the Heidi thing, and sometimes I don't sleep well anyway. So I lay down about 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. And I started getting a tightness on my back behind my chest, like behind where my heart is. And it was just going all across my back and I couldn't get comfortable. It was just not comfortable. So I sat up for a minute, and then I'm like, well, I'll try lay back down. Well, then it started to wrap around my whole body. So then I'm thinking, am I having a heart attack? Is that what this is? So then I start getting anxiety, but the tightness was all around my middle. It wasn't excruciating pain. I was maybe a 5 or 6 on the pain scale, but who's calling? My Aunt Jenny. Scary because I didn't know what it was. So I called my doctor at just before noon, and I said, do they have an appointment available today? And she's like, yeah, she gave it at 2:30. I said, okay, and she asked me why, and I told her a little bit, and then I called back immediately, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, I can't wait. I can't sit here like this for 2.5 hours. So I called back, and I said, I'm just going to cancel that appointment and go to the ER because my aunt's leaving a message. I have no idea what she's saying because it just sounds like she's mumbling. But so at this point, Dad doesn't know what's going on. He's in the living room. And I said, well, when I made my appointment, I said, Dad, I just made myself a doctor's appointment. And immediately he goes into high alert. What's going on? And I told him, and I was sitting there and I was rocking because it was just aggravating. And so I said, I think I'm going to call and cancel that, and I think we're going to go to the ER. Then he knew I was serious. So we get to the ER, and I just wanted to make sure it wasn't my heart. So, they immediately make you get undressed from the waist up and put on a gown and hook you up to the blood pressure thing, which my blood pressure was high when I got there because I was stressed out. By the time I left, it was normal. It was like 120, 125/72, I think, when I left, something like that. But they took it every half hour while I was there. I hated that cuff, man. When it go off, it felt like it was squeezing your arm off. Then they put the thing on your finger. Then they had things up here, and then they hooked me up to the EKG and put my IV in because they did a bunch of blood tests. I don't know what they were for, but they did them. And then and the doctor guy came in. I talked to him for a while, and he said, it's not your heart. Your EKG came back clean, but we will take another one in 3 hours to make sure. If somebody comes in with chest pain, apparently it's protocol. When you come in originally, they take an EKG, and then 3 hours later, they take another one along with the same blood work to compare. I guess that's just a thing they do. So, when he said that, I'm like, I'm going to be here for a while, aren't I? He's like, yes. He goes, I have you set up to go get some x-rays. They do a chest x-ray, front and side view. That was fine. And the ultrasound, which was cool. I wish I would have filmed in there, but I didn't have my camera with me. It was just neat seeing my insides. I was just watching her scope around. So, that was neat. And then you just sit in there and wait. And the longer I sat, the calmer I got. My blood pressure came down. The pain started to ease. They did give me something for pain. And they gave me some anti-nausea medicine because I hadn't thrown up, but I did feel there were a few moments beforehand where I felt like, I was nauseous. So they gave me some anti-nausea medicine in my IV. And then when he came back after the ultrasound and all that stuff, he's like, the only thing that we see that is wrong, everything looks good except there are multiple stones in your gallbladder. He said, I'm not going to put all my eggs in the gallbladder basket, but that could be the cause of the pain that you were having. And I'm like, I'm just glad it wasn't my heart, dude. So, so yeah. He doesn't know how many because it was just from the ultrasound, and the ultrasound is just kind of blurry, and they can't get a clear image. They just in the results it just said multiple, so he doesn't know if it's like 3 or 4 or more than that. He doesn't know. I guess it's something you'd have to get an MRI for or something, CAT scan. I don't know. So he said he wanted me to take it easy the next few days. So I can't. We were supposed to go to Shipshewana to the flea market like an hour away and go out and about and stuff today. So I canceled that. Not going to do that right now. He wanted me to eat softer foods for the next few days. He's like mashed potatoes or applesauce or pasta. So last night I baked myself a sweet potato, and today I had pasta. Clear liquids. I have a whole sheet that he gave me. No fried foods for the next 2 weeks. So he does have a referral to a surgeon. And I asked him, I said, since I know it's not my heart, and since it is the gallbladder, can I put that off until I see if I have more issues with it? He's like, that's fine. He said, that's totally up to you. Because like I said, I wasn't in sheer agony pain. I was just afraid I was having a heart attack and didn't know it. So, apparently I have a good, strong heart. Which is good. So then, when I found out that I was going to be in there for a stretch, I called the vet and I said, how late are you open? So, luckily they were open till 8. But we got there and got her about 6:45. No, it was like 6 o'clock, I think. She's still a little mopey, Heidi is, but she finally ate some food, which made she ate some bologna, and she ate one of her hard treats, which made Dad happy. But the vet told us, she probably won't eat much the first day or two because her gums might be sore, or she just doesn't, from the anesthesia she had, she just doesn't feel like that, and she'll be kind of mopey and sleepy for the next day or so. But they said for her being 13 and the breed, because I guess dachshunds are known to have really bad dental stuff. The doctor said her mouth was really great, just needed a cleaning. That'll probably be the only one she gets in her life. So, that is good. I told Heidi, I said, Heidi, I had a rough day too. Just like you. I know last night my arm was sore where they put the IV in, but today it doesn't hurt. So that's good. You can barely see where they did it. I know when the girl came in, I'm like, are you my IV person? She's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm going to show you where my lucky vein is. Because I have a lucky vein. And it was lucky yesterday. She got it on the first shot. I was so happy. Yeah. So then I had my first EKG and blood work at 12:45. So then at 3:45, they came in and hooked me up to the EKG again and took more blood. Then I had to wait for an hour for that to get done. And it's never just an hour. He was there an hour and a half later. And he came in and went over all the stuff that I just talked about, what I needed to eat and what he wanted me to do and blah, blah, blah. And so the nurse came in. She's like, you had Matt, he was a nurse practitioner. His name was Matt, and she's like, we always love when Matt's working because she said Matt's one of those very detail-oriented guys who puts all the instructions in the paperwork you get when you go home. She said he makes our job very easy, and he does. He's very specific in his paperwork on everything, the things you should not eat, what he wants you to do, you know. So he was really nice. They were all nice. So that is what happened yesterday. Dad called and told Grandma today. She's like, why didn't you call me yesterday? Dad's like, Stacy didn't want me to call you because she just wanted to get through it. Then we were going to call you. Because as soon as we got to the hospital, I'm like, don't call anybody. I said, just let me deal with this right now. Because, you know, our family's close and people would have been showing up at the hospital. Heidi ho, what you crying for? What you doing? Where are you? There's your butt. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, she's going to come in the living room. Okay, so I guess this is a 2 for day. You saw me earlier in the hospital. Now you see me in the recliner. Yep. It was cold here today. Like the high of 64 today. It was chilly. Chilly. But tomorrow's going to be 70 and sunny. Guess what the humper's going to do? Go ahead and guess. You all know what's going to happen. He's going to mow the yard. He's already talked about it. Oh, and then, oh man, my cousin Bart called. And Dad was in the shower and I was laying in bed. And he was pretty emotional for Bart. Because Bart's not a big emotional guy. But Mona's in the hospital. And she's having some vascular problems in her legs. And they were talking about amputating both of her legs. She doesn't want to have that done because she knows her life is close to the end. She just wants to go home. So they're going to be bringing her home and bringing hospice in and just, you know, it's not a good situation. Let's just put it that way. All right, I'm going to shut up now. Bye.